Okay, let's get into this. We're doing a deep dive on a product that is, well, it's all over social media right now.
It really is. We're talking about the Zvoevo SMGT GLP-1 appetite and collagen nano microneedle patch.
It's a mouthful, and the pitch is incredibly appealing.
Oh, absolutely. It's the ultimate convenience pitch. You get a simple patch, you stick it on once a week, and it supposedly gives you all the effects of GLP-1.
So appetite suppression, better blood sugar, things like that.
Exactly. Plus, and this is the other hook, it has skin-firming collagen peptides, all of it
Yeah.
without an injection and, for a pretty tempting price.
Painless weight loss and beauty in one little patch. That is the story they're selling. So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're going to take that really compelling story and check it against the verifiable facts.
See what the regulatory evidence in our source material actually says. It's this huge gap between the claims and the science that's so fascinating here.
So let's detail those claims. The product says it uses SMGT GLP-1 technology. The idea is that it mimics the real GLP-1 hormone.
Right, which is the same pathway targeted by some really powerful prescription drugs,
Yeah.
like Sepetide.
Okay, and that's an important name for you to remember because Sepetide is the real deal, right?
It is. It's a clinically proven, highly effective medicine. And it's so effective because it works on two pathways, GLP-1 and GIP. That dual action is the established science.
But the Zvoevo patch claims it can deliver a similar effect just through the skin. And this is where we really start to hit the verification gap. Why is that so hard to do?
Well, it really just comes down to size. GLP-1 is a big molecule, a large peptide molecule. It's just way too large to get through your skin's natural protective barrier.
So it can't just be absorbed like a nicotine patch or something.
Not at all. Think of your skin as a microscopic mesh fence. Trying to get GLP-1 through it is like trying to shove a tennis ball through a keyhole. It just doesn't work.
I see.
And that's why the proven therapies, the ones that work, are all injections. You have to
Yeah.
bypass that barrier.
Okay, but the company has an answer for that, right? They call it a nano microneedle patch. They're trying to address that exact problem.
They are. And what these patches do, in theory, is use tiny microscopic needles to create little channels in the very top layer of your skin.
To let the bigger molecules in.
Theoretically, yes. But here's the problem. Our sources show no credible, peer-reviewed scientific evidence that this specific patch can actually deliver enough of a molecule as big as GLP-1 to have any real therapeutic effect.
And what about the other promise? The collagen for your skin.
Same fundamental problem. Collagen peptides are also large molecules. So without any real proof, the sources suggest that both claims, the weight loss and the skin firming, are, well, questionable.
Which brings up a really important question. If the science is so weak, why are we seeing so many glowing user testimonials online?
And that's a great question. It often points to the power of the placebo effect. You want it to work, so you feel like it's working. Combine that with some really smart marketing that targets people's desire for an easy fix. But the crucial point is the regulatory void. These patches haven't gone through any of the rigorous clinical trials that are mandatory for prescription drugs. They are operating completely outside of that verification system.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener? The verdict from our sources is pretty clear. This thing falls squarely into the caution required zone.
Yes, one source even called it a high-risk experiment, not a reliable solution.
So the advice here is what?
It's to prioritize treatments that are actually clinically verified. If you are even thinking about trying this product, you absolutely must talk to a healthcare provider first.
Okay.
And you should demand total transparency about the ingredients. Look for independent lab tests, not just social media hype, because this patch is just not the same as a doctor-prescribed GLP-1 medication.
That seems to be the key takeaway from this deep dive. You can buy the patch, sure, but the evidence that it works as advertised just isn't there yet.
And that leaves me with one final provocative thought for you to chew on. We know how powerful the appeal of easy and affordable is. So the real question is, how do we as consumers learn to critically weigh those really compelling testimonials against the absolute need for rigorous scientific proof in the health space?